Hi and happy Monday. I am doing my second post out of my 30 posts, video posts in 30 days. So this is my goal. But today I was more interested in educating some of you about what not to do if an unfortunate event of an arrest of either yourself or a family member occurs. I wanted to do this because I have had so many phone calls today and in the past, I don't know, a couple weeks about people um, being questioned without an attorney, family members, friends, talking on telephones while the person was in jail, their local county jail. And with two of the phone calls, the person or persons that I'm speaking about were charged with what they had said on the phone. So I want to first begin to say, please don't talk on any of the jail system phones, or they're listening to everything, and they will definitely twist your words, and that's just a big no if that unfortunate event would ever happen. And the second thing I want to make clear is to always try to drill in your head, do not say anything to officers, anybody on the prosecutor side. If they come in and question you, if you are arrested, don't even talk in the car. Don't try to talk when they're arresting you. If you're at your house, business, outside, they're taping everything. They have those new video vests, and they will use it against you. It is so important because in 65% of the cases I see, people are getting themselves in trouble from talking without an attorney. I can go into a whole lot of things about plea bargaining and the reasons why people plea bargain with fears, but the main source of why the criminal justice system wins is they install fear. Fear of not seeing your children, fear of not seeing your family, fear that you're going to be locked up for the rest of your life. And they get you to say things that you don't want to say because you want to go home and be with your family. That's, in my opinion, and this isn't a statistic, it's just what I've learned being in the system and being around people, at least people I've talked to, and the research I've done has shown at least 65 to 70% of the people that I know just wanted to be home with their families. Their basic comment to me is, I'll do a year. They were threatening me with 15 years, and I cannot not see my babies graduate. And this is what they depend on. So when they're installing the fear in you with questioning, that's what they intend to do because they do not investigate innocent. They're not looking for the truth. They're not looking for any type of validation from you. They're looking for whatever words you can say that placed you or evidence at the time of whatever crime that they're investigating you for. So that being said, I want to move on to how you choose an attorney. And that is a very difficult task. And it's sometimes difficult for you to do, and most of the time impossible when you're being questioned. Especially if the police are trying to pressure you into talking, they're not going to let you have that phone call right away. And I know that's against civil rights, but it seems to be these days that they seem to be able to get away with what they want to get away with. So you need to hold on fast and hard and not speak until your representation is in there. But finding the representation is a whole nother theory. A lot of people I've worked with deal mostly with court-appointed attorneys that I know what their reputation is, and it's not good, but there are some very good court-appointed attorneys. But putting that aside, there is the Ohio Public Defender's Office, and I know the word public defender scares you, but my personal experience with them is they will take a case as long as you notify your county that you would prefer them. And I had much better response. Unfortunately, I had gone to them way later. I didn't go to them in the genesis of the case because I hired attorneys and spent a lot of money. And my attorney was recently not allowed to practice anymore. So if that tells you thing, just because you pay for an attorney doesn't mean you're going to get the services or it's guaranteed that you're going to win, because I got more issues with that attorney than I would have had if I would have just called the Ohio Public Defender's Office and I got a guy from there that was willing to listen to me, which is what I eventually did. And then it moved into other areas in which he educated me and sent me paperwork, and they were really there to help me. So the Ohio Public Defender's Office, if you need that number, I can give that to you if you just want to contact me. I may even at a later date post it underneath, but that's just Ohio. I'm sure other states have their public defender's offices, their state ones, and I'm sure it's quite similar to Ohio. Probably not completely, because every state has different laws and regulations, but I am pretty sure it's pretty close. So that being said, you do not have to stay with that county appointed attorney, especially if there is a conflict of interest. So you might just want to reach out or have a loved one reach out, or an advocate like myself, and reach out to an either paid attorney that matches your needs and your legal problems. Not every attorney can deal with legal issues of everything. I know I kept getting attorneys that didn't have anything to do with Medicaid. They didn't know how to try it. They didn't know how to do it. They just took my money and then they ran. And I wish they would have just told me that they didn't know what they were doing. I would have searched and spent a heck of a lot less money. So hiring someone or having a family member, which is not always possible because family members are going through this with you, hiring someone for a minimal amount just to research what attorney will best fit your personality, your legal needs, your actual case, and what you want out of your case, the goals. What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to take a plea, or you're not guilty? Is so significant because there's just attorneys that do not want to go to trial. They're going to try to make you plead. They don't want to fight. They want that quick thing, and it's not going to be what you want. So you're going to find yourself attorney hopping, and that's not good, because then eventually you get a name for yourself. So the next thing is trying to decide, how you're going to go about the trial and the process, and is it going to go to court? If I'm guilty, what's the best plea? If I'm not guilty, what do I do? So I actually formulated a guide to, mostly it's directed to people who have been wrongfully arrested, but there is a lot of great information in there about if you are guilty and the process of what to do when you're in court and how to answer questions. But it's a guide to guide from pre-arrest to arrest to before trial, in trial, if you're found guilty, what to do at appellate court. And it's like an 8 or 9 page document. And what I did is, when I did this originally, and I actually wrote it in one of my blogs, I attached a link there to my website and wanted you to sign up, log in on my website on the upper right hand corner where it says log in, and actually sign up for the website. The being of this is not to spam you or write you tons of emails, and I know I get that a lot in my email, and that's not the purpose. The purpose of this is to simply keep a documented record of who may need my help in the future, who has my documents, who has reached out there and is in need of help and is afraid to ask. It's not to write you every day like you get all these emails from people. That is not the purpose of me having you join my website. It's just basically, I'm there as a resource for you to reach out to, and you'll have a direct link to me when you join. If you were to ever need me in the future for life coaching, advocacy, motivational interviewing, motivational speaking, anything that has to do with questioning, and you need help with witnesses, trial consulting, relationship coach, just all the things that I offer on my website. It's there basically for your resource. And my resource in the fact that I know who's getting my material, and I know that if you have a question, I'm not looking at the screen going, who is this and how did they even get this stuff? And are they even going to understand what I'm saying? Because do they even know why they got it or where they got it? So that was the main purpose of me having you join the website. It was kind of a gift to you guys for reaching out and kind of learning a little bit about what me and what I do for a living and how I can help you. So that being said, please be silent and do not talk to officers if that unfortunate event would ever happen to you. Keep this video in mind. Keep my face in mind, pounding that in your head. I know you're going through trauma, and I know you're scared, and I know your family's scared. But I need you to stay calm and relaxed and put your heels in the ground and say, I'm not talking until my representation gets here. And have a family member do it themselves or hire an advocate. And I know I actually do research, and I actually find people an attorney that best fits their personality, their legal needs, and their family's needs, because we all have goals when we're going through civil, criminal courts. And if your attorney isn't willing to work with you on those goals, then it's just going to be a shattered relationship and a disaster, not only for him, but obviously for you, because you're going to suffer the consequences for that. So I am wishing you a blessed Monday, walk in hope, and never give up. Again, I am signing off, and have a great rest of Monday.